Hey guys, so we have a bit of a different week this week. As you guys know at this point, Kid BUU is coming out on Sunday, April 30th, and we actually just got a data download. I guess Kid BUU is in this data download. Let's go ahead and check. He should be... Oh, okay, well, I guess no. I do know, however, that the Super Saiyan 3 Goku unique equipment is in this data download. So if we go over to the archive, we should be able to see, yeah. Oh, what? I don't know what that is. That's something else. And we have this as well. Okay, so we have a bunch of new equipment actually. Yeah, and there's the Goku one. You know what? We'll start with the other ones. We have two unique equipments for this. We'll start with this one because it's probably gonna suck. So we'll just get this out of the way. This is powerful opponent and support type. Huh. Okay. So we have strike and blast defense. Strike and blast defense, and then yeah, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. It is pretty specific, however. Powerful opponent and support type. That is not a very expansive set of characters. However, I actually do like this. A lot of defense HP. Yeah, it's not a bad option for like a defensive support type character. Notice how there's Super BUU on this one. We will get back to that in a second. Let's check this out. I assume this is just going to be like one of these co-op unique equipments. Regen in yellow. I wonder why they're giving us a regen yellow equip. Obviously for Ultra Kid BUU. So this is going to be strike, defense, health restoration 10%, strike attack with 35%, and HP 10%. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but I think, yeah, this is not bad. Because remember, Kid BUU, he heals every card he draws. I think it's 2% HP restoration, or 2% HP he recovers per card that he draws. So obviously, health restoration is going to be pretty damn good with what he's doing. More HP is always good. 35% strike attack is really good because he's a strike-based character. And then strike defense is nice as well. So yeah, I actually do like this. There's nothing really that bad about this. Probably will just straight up use this for him. It's not bad. Not bad whatsoever. All right, let's go take a look at what we've been waiting for. This is the Super Saiyan 3 Goku equipment. Now, before we even take a look at it, I assume that it's going to be similarly structured to this Fat BUU equipment. Probably what will happen is this first slot is probably just going to remain the same on every single one of these equipments. And what it seems to me that they're doing is it seems that this style of unique equipment is basically just meant for existing Zenkai characters. So this is basically acting as like a second Zenkai awakening, because those characters have already received their Zenkai awakenings and they're already starting to fall off again. So this is like the only way they can really bring them back up to speed in terms of being competitive with the current characters that are running the show right now. And I probably, again, I do think that they're probably just all going to have the same slot 1 just as a baseline, and then slots 2 and slots 3 will probably be specific to whatever the character is. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this Goku's equipment is. Oh wow, they changed it. I mean, it's the same, but they just gave him 15% HP on slot 1. Wow, look at that slot 1. Look at that. 15% HP and then 50% to all base stats. That is insane. That's insane. All right, so slot 2, he is getting blast damage. Okay, so this guy has always been a very, very strike-oriented character. He draws a strike card on entry. He gets specific strike damage in his unique abilities. So I guess they sort of want to balance out his offenses by giving him specifically blast damage there. Okay. And then he gets up to 15% to strike and blast defense if, yeah, Majin Buu Saga. Is that the same as BUU? I think BUU's was 12%, wasn't it? No, it was 15. Okay, so it's pretty much the same, except obviously BUU's slot 2 is way better than Goku's, because his is all damage and then Goku's is just blast damage. All right, let's check out what slot 3 is. Wow, the hell? What? Effect will be selected from one of the following. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at the good one. Applies the following effects once 40 timer counts have elapsed from battle start. He heals by 20%, 20% to special move damage, 20% to ultimate damage, and then he gets card draw speed. He really did need card draw speed. that is something that he definitely did need. Yeah, I think that's good. I think this is a really good. Obviously Fat Boo's equip was insanely good. I think Fat Boo's equipment is probably better than this, just because Fat Boo is a character that needed more help than I think this guy does. But I think this Goku is more likely, I think, to see more play than Fat Boo is, based off of what I'm seeing here. This card draw speed is really good. So he has card draw speed and force drawing a strike on entry. That's good. The only big gaping, like glaring hole in this guy's kit is the fact that he does not have access to cover nullification. And then if you're a damage dealing character, you really want cover nullification. It's not the end of the world that he doesn't have it. I think him getting card draw speed on this is probably sufficient enough for him to see some pretty decent play. He's not going to be running around destroying everything. I think he'll be like good. Like he's not going to be insane. He's not going to be crazy. I don't even think he'll be great. He's just going to be good, which I think is probably their goal in terms of how they want these equipments to increase the viability of these characters. I don't think they want these characters to be like the best characters in the game once they get these equipments. I think it's just get them at least on the same page, roughly speaking, with a lot of the modern characters, which I think this definitely does. This equipment definitely does, I think, achieve that. I think he's not really getting any additional strike damage besides the base stat increases. He's getting specific blast damage. He's getting some decent defense from there, and he's getting ultimate special move damage. So we will see how this guy seems after he has this equipment. But I will give one warning. I will give a fair warning to people here. We are about to get the best yellow character we have seen in almost, 10 months since Ultra Super Vegeta released. Like 9 months, something like that. I would not be surprised if this guy, gets his unique equipment, which he's about to get right here. But he doesn't really see much play because we are about to get Kid Buu. This game has a very, very bad habit of releasing buffs for characters or just new characters that instantly get countered by colors of other new characters. So for example, the biggest example I could think off the top of my head, there's been a lot of this. LF Kid Buu comes out in February of 2021. He's a blue character. Regen is not exactly at its peak in terms of how good it was back then. So he was kind of just like really propping up the team by himself back then. It had some other decent tools as well, but it wasn't like some crazy tag, right? You still had Green Fat Buu and Yellow Demon King Piccolo, so it wasn't a bad team, but it wasn't competing with like the other ridiculous teams like hybrids with Red Gohan, right? The next release after Blue LF Kid Buu is Green Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who was like the best or second best character in the game. I think he was the second best character in the game. I think Red Gohan was better. But he was basically the second best character in the game who actually could compete with Red Gohan. That's how crazy that Green Super Saiyan 3 Goku Zenkai was. So how the hell do you run the Blue Kid Buu when he gets like utterly massacred by that Goku? It's like they have no concept of what creates a thriving environment for this game. And this is kind of another example of that. It's definitely not as harsh as like directly countering the brand new LF character that isn't broken. Well, I guess he was kind of broken, but he wasn't terrorizing the game back then. So I feel like this is not as big as that, but it's still reminiscent of them not really thinking straight about how to handle this, right? So yeah, he's getting his new equipment, but he's about to get countered hard by Ultra Yellow Kid Buu. I assume we don't have any new unique awakened equipments. Yeah, okay. So that's pretty much that. We only have the equipment to look at here. Kid Buu, I imagine, will be added to the game in a data download either tomorrow or the day after, because he's coming out in like 2 days. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Twitter. We'll go ahead and click the magic button here and switch over. We have an announcement for an event exclusive Super Buu coming out on May 3rd. That's normal reset time next week. The reason why they're announcing this so early is because next week is Golden Week, and I imagine most of the development team is probably not going to be working next week, so they're probably doing this ahead of time for that reason. This art looks insane. I don't know what I don't know what the deal is with this, but this art is obviously very different in terms of style from the typical art that we do get most of the time. and I do like it. I like this art a lot. I think it's really cool. I think it adds a different flavor to the character. I'll be interested in seeing if this art style is something they maintain moving forward. Interesting that they decided to go with this for a free character. This like style of art is what I would expect out of like an ultra character. Like this is just way different, and I do like that. I do like the fact that it's different. Potentially this could be something that we see exclusively for free units. Like, what if all these event exclusive characters coming out have art similar to this in terms of the style, and they would use that to differentiate visually what event exclusive characters, you know, look like, as opposed to summonable Sparkings and all those other characters that exist. Art wise, 10 out of 10. This is a crazy good art. I like this a lot. Okay, let's see what they say about his abilities. The main applies a new effect to self. Nullifies enemy reduce key effects. That is pretty good. There are a lot of characters right now that reduce key. Blue Zamasu, Ultra Rose, Red Pan. You attack Red Pan, she's reducing your key by 15 every single time you land a card. So this Super BUU, when he uses his main ability, he won't actually get afflicted by the key reduction that Pan has. So you attack Pan with a strike card, she's not going to be reducing your key by 15. That's actually pretty good. I imagine moving forward, we're going to see a lot more characters that have key reduction effects like that, because it's one of the most powerful ways to stop combos. You know, we see offensive characters coming out with 2x card draw speed, cover nullification, key on card draw. Like, it's just so much ridiculous offensive power in the game that key reduction and like card destruction are the two biggest ways I think a lot of these characters have positioned themselves to deal with a lot of this offensive power creep. So the fact that we now have a tool like this to where we don't even care about that anymore, okay. that's pretty crazy. We'll see how that shapes itself moving forward in terms of what future characters will have that effect. Even if defeated, activates uncancelable buffs to allies and debuffs to all enemies based on elapsed timer counts. So we don't have that much information here about this Super BUU, but I think the fact that we are getting some kind of additional assistance for regen and powerful opponent, and even Majin Buu Saga is definitely a very good thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at these two tags. So we have regen and we have powerful opponent. I guess we'll just try and see like what color makes the most sense for this Super BUU. So in terms of regen and powerful opponent, of course, we are about to get the new Kid BUU. So I will tell you guys for sure, this is not going to be a yellow character unless they have 0 brain cells. This is not going to be a yellow character. So what other colors would this character be? Probably not red. I actually don't want him to be red, because I think even though red is probably one of the weaker colors in the game right now, powerful opponent and regen both have some pretty good red characters. I mean, regen has second form Cell, who just came out. He's pretty good. I do like that character. And then powerful opponent has the Cell and hit, right? So I don't think powerful opponent or regen really does need like a free to play red character to fill in the gap, because there really is no gap on there for red. All right, so yellow and red are kind of off the table. Let's see, what about green? So in terms of regen, that's green. We just got the Fat BUU equipment, right? So I don't know if they want to go with green. In terms of powerful opponent, we have Rose, so I don't think green is on the table either. So green, red, and yellow are all kind of off the table. What about blue? Blue, we have Zamasu for regen, we have Zamasu for powerful opponent, but then other than Zamasu, I mean, you have Kid BUU, I guess can be okay on regen, but not really powerful opponent. Yeah, I guess he could be okay on powerful opponent. But other than that, like who's on here? Gotenks, BUU, Zenkai Super Baby 2, 21, Slug. Like there's not really a lot of good blue units here. Metal Cooler, I mean, he's still decent. I think people probably still underrate this Metal Cooler. I think he's still pretty good. Let's see, powerful opponent. We have this Broly, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Revival Frieza. Blue, I could definitely see being a solid option for this BUU. In terms of Majin Buu Saga, definitely not really in need of a blue character, because we, of course, have the tag character. And then the last color is purple. So let's see what kind of purple characters we have here. So for regen, we have Power Awakening Piccolo and Perfect Cell. Cell is still good, but he's old. He's a year and a half old now. So I would not be surprised if they sort of overlook this character and just made this Super BUU purple. Powerful opponent, we have Ultra Broly, we have Jiren, this Goku Black. So I mean, we do have some decent options in terms of purple characters for powerful opponent. I think if I was going to assign this Super BUU, oh yeah, we also have 17. If I was going to assign this Super BUU a color, he'd be either purple or blue. Those are the two ones I could see. I could tell you the least likely is yellow. The second least likely is red. Third least likely is green. Fourth least likely, I guess, is blue. And then the most likely, I think, is purple. But that's, I think, kind of what we're looking at in terms of the tags that he would make the most of an impact on. Event exclusive is not really a team. I don't really even consider it a team. It's never going to be a competitive team, so I don't really care about it that much. I hope they don't design him based off of that tag because, again, it's never going to be good. But Super BUU, I mean, I'm glad we're at least getting some extra stuff here. This should be what we're getting next week in terms of like the update. So I don't expect to get any Zenkais next. I mean, they could do a Zenkai and a free-to-play character, which is not very common. But I think next week will be just the Super BUU coming out, and then that will sort of be the update next week. Starting from the week after this, so this is coming out on the 3rd of May. We're about to get a bit of a down period, I would say, during May all the way until the end of the month, because that's when the anniversary comes out. So 5/3, obviously 5/10 would be the week after that. So we have, let me pull up my calendar here. So we have 5/3, and then we have 10, 17, 24. So we kind of have 3 weeks of dryness in May. I don't know what they could do. Maybe just like a Zenkai. We could end up getting like a Zenkai. We could end up getting some kind of other free-to-play character, maybe a second free-to-play character in May. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I do expect to sort of have a bit of a slow period in May until the anniversary, which typically is the 30th or 31st. So that's what we have this week. We have a new Super BUU coming up next week. This week we have those equipments and, of course, Ultra Kid BUU. Let me know down below what you guys think of this. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, just kidding. I figured it out. You have to set your phone's time ahead to see the characters. I hate when they do this. All right, let's just take a look at what Kid BUU's stats are. So remember, this is going to be without the title boost. So let's see. Display max stats. That's a lot of defense. Wait, why does he have higher blast? It seems a little weird. Okay, I mean, this is a very oh, he's a defense type. Really? Huh. Wow, that took me by surprise. I mean, they even said he's a very strong melee character. He's actually a defense type. Okay. I mean, he changes his blasts to strikes, right? Somewhere in here he does. But yeah, interesting. Okay, so he's 100 and what was it? 172, 173, 172 defense. So I mean, his defenses are gonna be high 170s. Like we're talking like 177, 176, something like that. Offenses will still be both above 260, which is good. But I was not expecting him to be a defense type. That's interesting. Oh yeah, let me just quickly check what kind of cards does he hold. The other thing we didn't know. Strike and a blast. Okay, sure. All right, let's take a look at Super BUU. So yeah, this art looks really good. I do like this a lot. Let's go ahead and pump him up to the max stats here. He is a support type. Very, very low offenses, which is to be expected, I guess, from a support type character that's free to play. So he'll be around like 246 blast, which is not great. Defenses are looking okay. I mean, nothing crazy. 165, 166, some stuff like that. It's not crazy. Strike and a blast gives Kiam the blast card. Yep. Normal strike, normal blast. The blue card is an AoE. Deals major pierce damage. Inflicts all enemies that would downgrade. Minus 50% to key recovery. Sure. The green card is the Vice Shout, which is a projectile green card. Destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 3 new ones. Restores own key by 50. Immobilizes the enemy. Inflicts enemy that should be downgrade. Minus 50% to key recovery. And then minus 50% to health restoration. So a lot of debuffs he's applying. Okay. Main ability. Draws a special arts card. So he draws a green card guaranteed from his main ability. He heals by 10%. Gets 100 key. Oh, he gets... yeah, this is what they were talking about in the tweet. Nullifies enemies' reduced key effects for 30 counts. Interesting. And then he restores ally health by 10%. So he's like a mini healer. Z ability is Majin Buu Saga, event exclusive or regen, strike and blast defense. Okay, so he's not even buffing powerful opponent. That's interesting. First unique ability, 70% damage inflicted is not good. 65% reduces damage received. That is good. 60% to Ki recovery. Okay. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of times this character has been on the battlefield. That's new. I think that is new, actually. Yeah. I've never seen a unique ability worded like this. Interesting. 1 or more times restores Ki by 50. 2 or more times restores health by 50. And then 3 or more times, 50% to damage inflicted. Okay, that's why they didn't give him much damage in the thing right there. Activates once. So this is obviously a character you probably want to be leading with, right? To get as many switch-ins as possible, as early as possible. Following effects occur if own Ki is 40 or higher after this character uses an arts card. That's why his main ability gives him 100 Ki, to get that more easily. 25% damage for 15 counts, -2 to own, strike, and blast arts cost for 10 counts. Reduces enemy Ki by 20, kind of not really that good. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, -15% to Ki recovery. That's kind of annoying. Actually, you know what? Again, comboing the Ki reduction with the Ki recovery down is pretty powerful. So actually, that could definitely be annoying. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, -15% to health restoration for 10 counts. He's just a debuffing machine is what this guy is. Unlimited vitality. Shortens own subcount by 2 as default. The following effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Restores ally Ki by 30, 15% damage inflicted, and then -1 to arts card draw speed to all enemies. That is a very strong ability now, to have arts card draw speed down, because we're seeing a lot of characters come out with like 2 times card draw speed now, so getting rid of one of those levels is pretty good. Following effects occur according to the number of temper counts elapsed from battle start. This is pretty long for a free unit. 15 counts elapsed, 20% damage inflicted by allies. Okay, so he's supporting in multiple ways. He's also giving, and 30% to Ki recovery. So he's giving 20% damage, 30% Ki recovery, and then when he switches out, he's giving 20%, where was it? He's giving 30 Ki and 15%. So he's giving, when this guy switches into a different character, he's giving 35% damage, 30 Ki, 30% Ki recovery. And he's debuffing card draw speed. That's pretty good. Effect activates even if this character is defeated. Wow, that's pretty good. So this is kind of like a death buff thing, but it's not. These are death buffs that activate even when he's not dead, which is just a better version of death buffs, right? I do like that a lot. 30 counts elapsed, inflicts all enemies attribute downgrade plus 15% to damage received. And inflicts all enemies attribute downgrade -10% to special move, ultimate, and awakened arts power. Effect activates even if this character is defeated. And then 45 counts restores ally health by 20%. So he's a healer with his main ability, and he's a healer with after 45 counts elapsed. That's pretty. I mean, this character seems pretty decent, actually. I don't think he's going to be like destroying everything, right? I mean, he's a support type who's actually supporting. A lot of times we see support type characters that don't actually support. This guy is actually supporting. He's debuffing. He has what seems to be like okay defenses, nothing crazy. Interesting. I do like the design of this character, actually. I'm pretty excited to test him out. But art is looking really good. Very interesting that Ultra Kid Buu actually is a defense type. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up the appendix to this video. Figured out how to get the full kits on here. So again, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.